is Africa ready for disruption? Two-part question. Is it ready and why?
Yeah, I think, first of all, it's ready. It's taken a while. I would say before 2010, I would say Africa would be very far away from being ready for disruption. We didn't have any e-commerce companies, any food delivery businesses, any online booking platforms. Technology disruption was pretty much non-existent before 2010. So most founders in Africa have tended to work or to be like SMEs, small businesses. So the difference between a startup and an SME is a small business's only focus is profitability and a lifestyle for the entrepreneur. So you create a lot of wealth, but it's not exponential. You can never go from 100 customers to 100,000 customers in 3 months. That's what a startup does, right? So it took a while for African founders to understand how to scale their businesses exponentially. And that can only happen when you are tech-enabled. So you use things like artificial intelligence, chatbots, machine learning, sensors, drones, the gig economy, which is sharing on multi-user platforms. That's how you can scale very quickly. And that's what Silicon Valley did so well. So the example I give is often, I can start a taxi company and employ drivers, but I'm limited by the number of drivers I have or the number of taxis that I have. And every additional taxi requires capital. That's a small business. A startup, on the other hand, uses exponential scaling where you build the software and the platform where you allow multiple users, fleet drivers, inspectors, drivers, customers to all plug in, and you're the platform. And you make money through software as a service, subscriptions, licenses, commissions, transaction fees. That's the difference between an SME and a startup. And startups can attract venture capital and angel investments because it's high growth and high scale. SMEs typically access working capital, bank financing, etc. Nothing wrong with the two, it's just they're different. And as a founder, you have to know which bucket you're in.
Distinction.
So Africa is ready. The last 5 years, we've seen several technology startups in Africa that have understood how to scale like their counterparts in the US and Europe and Asia. The total amount of venture capital funding on the continent of Africa has grown from as little as $20 million back in 2010, 2011 to over $2 billion in 2019. So there's been a very quick growth in VC funding, and it's getting better by the day. 2020 had a slight dip because of COVID all across the world. But as far as I'm aware, the numbers were not too far away from the 2019
This might be a bit of an unfair question. You've talked about Africa as a whole. Can we narrow it down to Botswana? I say it might be unfair